What's up, guys? Tom Davis here, America's Canine Educator. So we're doing this awesome program with the Saratoga County Animal Shelter, and what we're going to do is take all of the dogs out of the shelter by training them, and more importantly, teaching you guys that the dogs that are in these shelters aren't as bad as they seem. Here we have Chloe. She's from the Saratoga County Animal Shelter. She's about 2 years old. We figured a lot about her. She was kind of running, she was an RAL, which is running at large. So we don't know her background particularly, but we do know that she's a very loving dog that needs some structure. And she's going to need a very active family. And by very active, you don't have to be a professional athlete. You just have to be able to do something with her on the weekends, exercise her. She loves to engage with anything like a tennis ball or a tug toy. She doesn't have any aggression. She's a bit fearful of some things because of, I think, of a lack of a socialization. But other than that, she's a really super, super cool dog. Come. Keep her right with you. Come. All right. Got it? Yep. Yeah. She's a bit excitable, but that's always life. Hey. Hey. Hey, just move forward. Just walk, and then put your hand off the leash. Just release the pressure, and then continue to just drop your hands a little bit, and then just walk my way. Keep moving, keep moving. Yeah. So, let me see here. There you go. Yeah, let me see. Okay, Chloe. Okay. All right. So you see how she gets so riled up? As soon as you move with her, she'll stop doing that. And I know it's hard because she's wrapping you up and she's wrapping herself up. So just move with her, and she'll move with you. Don't let her get that attention. So I'm gonna just ignore what she's doing right now until I feel like she's doing it to be a jerk. I feel like she's doing it right now to get attention. Shh. No. No. Heel. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Heel. Heel. Eventually, sit. Sit. Good girl. Shh. Eventually, I'm going to give you a tug, and she's going to bite on that instead of your hands. Because she's telling you, like, I don't want to walk, I want to heel, I want to play with something, which we're going to give her, but I want you to get into that zone first. So, see how I just, like, said, okay, enough's enough, calm down. So I'm going to just come over and grab the leash, because I don't want her to really... There. Okay. So keep moving forward, don't put your arms up, put your arms straight down. I'm going to walk back my way. Come. Now just stop and grab the leash where it's hitting her prong and pull her down. Pull her no. No. Good. Pull her down. Yep. Down. No. Yep. So let go. So when she comes up, don't pull her up. So when she comes down. See? So go ahead and move with her. It's very human instinctual for us to, when something comes up, we pull up. No. So just keep moving with her. Bring her back my way. And go ahead and stop for a second. But be careful on your pressure. So let me see for a second. Yep. So it's literally one of the hardest things. Like, I've worked with so many dog owners and so many different dog trainers and so many just dog people in general. This part is the hardest thing to do, because your mind is telling you to put pressure, but you can't, because so when she's like biting and you give her pressure, she's gonna come harder and faster. But your mind just you almost can't help it. And I know it's very, very hard. Just watch the way that I handle her. Chloe, come. So watch my hands. So see how she's calmed down? Because I'm not giving her any reason to get excitable. And I'm going to in a second, and I'm gonna basically bring it out of her again, and I'm gonna show you the process of how I get her to calm down. I think the only difference between your handling versus mine is I know what she's going to do, and I counteract it faster than she can actually do it. So that's just through experience. And she reacts so much off pressure. So she feels your frustration, she goes, yeah, all right, cool, and she pokes you and pokes you and pokes you and pokes you, and I don't let her get into my head like that. So she says, hey, bite, 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 scratch, 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 and you're like, jeez. And then they feel that. Even if we don't say anything and we're smiling and we think it's good, like they feel all of the energy you give back to them. Because you have an animal that's pushing your buttons, and they know that they are. And then you're like, I don't get it. And it's quite amazing. We have a lot of film and footage of me just passing the leash off, and then immediately the dog just freaks. Because it's this leash, like, so it's plugged into me, and then it's plugged into her. And if you switch outlets, the dog will respond however they feel like they need to accordingly. Yeah, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get her excited, I'm going to fix it, and then I'm going to counteract it with an object, which is going to be a tug toy. So she's going to say, I'm excited, I don't know what to do with myself, but I want to chew on this leash. I'm going to fix it by myself, and then I'm going to give her the tug toy and say, now work with this. So this is what she does, right? And I made her do it. So I'm gonna just take my language, and I'm gonna just chill her out through me, okay? Yeah, I know. So everyone watch what I'm doing. Down. So with my hands, I'm absorbing like everything that she's doing. So down, down. So with my hands, I'm absorbing everything. I'm not grabbing her. Like if she goes to paw me, I move my hand away. So now I'll start just like down, down. You see how she wants to play? But do you notice what I'm doing? I'm not giving her anything. The way she's telling me she wants to do. Yeah, she wants to tug something wicked. So she then went for me, and now she's not. But she's also telling me exactly what she wants to do. So she said, okay, I can't bite you because you're no fun. But why? Because I didn't get into her. See how she was all, see how she was all, you're going to ruin your leash. I don't have any more left. See how she was all over me? And then I got her off of me by not giving into her. So now, I'm going to stop her from chewing on this. So we got her in this hyper state of mind. Took me a minute and a half. Calm her down. I could have done it quicker, but naturally I was just like, every time she'd paw, I'd move my hand away. She'd grab my hands, I would just like let them sit there. She's not biting me. She's like, hey, but so that's what we do as people. We go, she goes, hey, give me your hand. And you go, no. And they go, oh, I like that. They like to chase things. So like puppies, when they bite, if you make a fist, like, they don't want to chew on your hand. They only want to chew on your hand because you remove it. You take it away. So now I'm going to give her something to outlet that on positively. Oh, what do I got? What do I got, girl? What do I got? So again, making, oh, yes, a good girl. Yeah, what is that? Good girl, what do you got? 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 Huh? What do you got? Yes, a good girl. Yes, a good girl. Yes, a good girl. Yes. So you see how great that is? Now she's like, I'm a dog and I just want to play. So now I can play tug with her. Good girl. So other thing that we do as humans is if we have something like this, and I would hold it up here, get away, she's going to jump all over. So you see here, so we have a tug toy, And look how happy she is. What a good girl. What do you got? What do you got? Oh, you're stuck? But what do you have? Now I can start doing, like, what I would first do is implement like a drop it command. Oh, good girl. Good girl.
She does know the leave it command.
Okay.
We used it in the play yard when we were a tennis ball.
Oh, she's a good girl. Yeah, good girl. So you never want to make this like aggressive or me versus you. It's very like I'm not looking at her too much. I'm just like letting her turn around because she wants to do this to my arm. So out of good nature. So now I'm saying, okay, here's this, and if I drop it, she's gonna say, okay, I'm gonna go lay down and chill. Is that cool? And then I'm gonna say, yeah, sure. So now we just need somebody to understand how to handle her, and then come here, right? But they're really great because I can stand here. And do this. And so this is something called prey drive. The majority of dogs, pretty much all dogs have it. We already know she has a high prey drive, so she likes anything that she can get her hands on, her mouth on, which is fine. Girl, what do you got? What do you got? So it's relationship building, right? Because like she knows that I'm fishing for her, and she really enjoys it. And so she's happy. She's mentally getting like a ton of work and physical. Good girl. But I can almost promise that if you work her like on something like this, and then you give her a Kong with peanut butter at home, you put it on there, she'll be so happy and tired, and she'll be a good dog. Sorry, boo. After, huh? You can do like Beethoven and do that. Oh, crazy girl. Crazy girl. So this is a prey drive. It's very high. This is great. It's a great prey drive. It's something to use to your advantage because you can use it with obedience. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Chloe, place. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Right? So this is what we do with shepherds. They say, hey, 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 and I say, oh, okay. Here's what you want. Go do this for me, and then you can have it. Right? It's a really, really good outlet for the dog. Hey. She's got it. Kudos. You got them both. She had her cake and ate it too. So now with obedience, we can get the tongue out. Shh, sit. Hey, sit. Good, sit, girl. Sit, good girl. Place. Place. No, place. Good girl, sit. Good. So it's just like any other dog. She's really great. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Good job. Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, are you happy? Are you happy?
We took her out today.
Yeah.
Thirsty.
Yeah. And that's the issue, and that's why we're creating a lot of this content, is because the dog here that we see is the same dog that somebody will adopt, potentially. This is what you're going to get. Put it this way. Substitute teacher, right? You know within 5 minutes if you're going to get away with stuff or you're not, like really quickly. And they put that down. But you know, and the same thing with dogs. Like they 100% know, like as soon as you grab that leash, the first thing that comes out of your mouth and the first time you touch this leash, that dog will know if you know what you're doing or not. Same thing with substitute teaching. Because I remember in school, you get that one like really razzled person, and then you could do whatever you want. Or you'll get that like no BS, and then but it's the same kind of scenario. I honestly think we could get her adopted fairly quickly because this is her. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with her. She's just a lot of dog, and she's very strong, and you have to know canine behavior in order to really understand what's going on, because she's the type of dog that if she comes up on the leash and you I've watched her do it. She'll stand up on her back end and just scratch somebody all the way outside. Only because she doesn't know what else to do. So you have to have somebody that's like, okay, this is what's happening and this is how to counteract it. And this is a type of dog that I could say, hey, it's the weekend, let's go throw a ball. She would be so happy. You'd come in, she'd probably chew on a bone and do that. She'd be fine. But when you're stuck in a shelter and you have no structure, no positive outlet, nothing to support your good behavior, it all supports bad behavior, you're stuck and you can't get better. And so that's why I'm doing something like this, is because I really need to get across that a sheltered dog is no better or worse. But I want you to understand the process of some of the bad, quote unquote, bad behaviors that she may exhibit, or maybe even surrendered for, could be fixed with just saying, hey, I don't want you to chew on me, I want you to chew on this. And now she's engaged with me, right? So now then I can throw obedience into this, right? Chloe, sit. Sit. Good girl. Come, sit. No. Sit. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Right? So I took bad behavior and I looked at it and I dissected it. And I said, she's not trying to scratch me, she's not trying to jump on me, she's not trying to be bad. She's telling me I need something to do. I'm getting bored, I'm bored, I'm bored. And then I said, hey, here's a dog toy. Yes. Good. Good. Good girl. And then she's happy. Good. That's it. Now it's easier said than done, because I don't know it all. I don't think I do. I don't act like I do. I don't tell people I do. However, I've been studying canines professionally for the last 7 years of my life, from puppies to wolves to coyotes to the domesticated dog to the working dog to the therapy dog. And I know what they need and when they need it, and if they're holding signs of, hey, I need this, right? And so she just did all of these things. And my point is somebody who may not know canine behavior would then say, oh, look at this dog, all this bad stuff. And then I looked and I said, this dog needs something to do. They want something to chew on. Boom, done. That's it. So it's frustrating for me to watch some of these dogs go through the stuff that they do because they don't deserve it. And at the end of the day, this dog could be somebody's really, really cool dog. She's very athletic. She'd probably be a great hiking partner. She would be agility. Yeah, I mean, she's very bouncy. She likes to do stuff. If you outlet that in a positive way, you put her through hoops and ladders and jumps and ramps, and then give her a ball to play with at the end, and then that way you can do something with her. She'll go home and sleep, and it's great. It's a beautiful thing. But if you just say, hey, here's a dog, it's got a lot of energy, and then the person who has the dog says, well, I don't know much about this, and then drops it off. And then humans will then, of course, make themselves feel really good about it and say it's too much, bad dog, all these things, when really it's not. And I'm not here to blame anybody or point fingers, of course, because my interest is getting her a new home. So we just have to look at what we're dealing with and counteract some of the things that she shows us. So dogs just mirror everything that we do. So if I'm calm and cool and collective, that's what she'll get. But if I come in yelling and screaming and it's just, I mean, even thinking about it drives me nuts. What do you got, girl? Yeah. What do you got? What do you have? Do you have a new toy? Yeah. Oh, yeah. God. What do you got? Yes, a good girl. I ripped my thing out again. Good girl. See how calm she could be? This is how she would be at home. If you gave her something to do, she would literally roll around and wait for you to come home. And that's her. Yes, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. And I could make her exhibit bad behavior by getting her excited and running around and talking to her like a kid, and then she'll freak out. So if I were to sit there and literally, like, I'm not even going to do it, but just have that conversation. Like, I'm not saying, like, I talk to my dog out of, like, jest, like, I love them and everything else like that. But literally trying to have a conversation with the dog with human and English, like, communication is bogus, because the more information you give the dog that they don't understand, the more frustrated and the more distant your relationship actually gets. You should write that down, Paul. You're more than welcome to see her at the shelter during visiting hours. You could visit her here every single Saturday at 10:30 a.m. at the Upstate Canine Academy. So we hope to get her adopted soon. We're going to continue to progressionally get better with her and find the perfect home. If anybody is interested in her, please call us at 518-406-5559 or visit us online at americascanineeducator.com.